Okay, guys, we got an absolute thriller today. We got USC Trojans versus the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo. These two players have been linked together for forever. I feel like last year both put on incredible freshman campaigns, and today they go head to head. This is going to be an absolute thriller, as I said, an exciting match, a movie, if you will. We remember them facing off in the McDonald's 2023 All-American game where Juju ended up putting up 25 and getting the dub over Hannah Hidalgo's East team where she put up 26. Now, in that matchup, they both had kind of similar games, if you will, because Juju Watkins had a lot of turnovers, but she also had a lot of free throws as well. Same with Hannah Hidalgo. She had put up a lot of free throws and had a lot of turnovers. Both had more, I think, turnovers than they did assists. And that's two things that have followed both of these players for a while. Now, obviously, in this matchup with Notre Dame having Olivia Miles back, so she's handling a lot of the point guard duties, and Hannah Hidalgo is playing the off guard position, and she's playing it very well. She's obviously pestering on defense. That's one of the things that she's always been, and she's absolute terror. She just absolutely puts you in a jail. Like, she's just absolute lockdown, absolute pest, getting under your skin, getting after it 24/7, all the whole shot clock. Juju Watkins, she's a very underrated defender as well. She also, get deflections, blocks, steals, and she can guard bigger players as well. So that's the one thing that kind of cripples Hannah Hidalgo. She's undersized, so she's not able to really guard bigger players like that. But they go head-to-head this matchup. So it's going to be interesting to see the two coaches and the game within the game for them, how Neil Ivey is able to strategize against Juju Watkins and obviously Lindsey Gottlieb, strategizing not only against Hannah Hidalgo, but also Olivia Miles and Sonia Citron, Maddie Westbell, and the likes. So exciting matchup. We all know the narratives. Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo, they're both entering the sophomore campaigns. Juju, she's putting up her numbers. She's not putting up the numbers that she did last year, and that's because she got a new teammate, obviously Kiki Iriafen, and they got a lot of freshmen coming in, Kennedy Smith and others. So, just implementing that and how Lindsey Gottlieb has been able to implement those two players. Can they coexist? Juju having to do a lot more playmaking because she got the teammate. She's not just going to be able to just score anymore. She's going to have to actually, get her teammates involved and be a real playmaker for this team. And on the defensive end, like I said, she's been able to get a lot of deflections, a lot of blocks, a lot of stocks, steals, and blocks. So, it's going to be on the offensive end. Can they establish themselves as an offensive contender? And that's going to be dependent on if Kiki Iriafen and Juju Watkins can coexist. They got two different games. Obviously, they both dynamic players. They're both going to be top picks in whatever draft they're in. Obviously, Kiki Iriafen is going into this draft, and Juju Watkins probably won't come out until 2027. But they're both going to be the top picks. So sometimes just having the best talent don't mean anything, though, because if those two players don't play well off each other, then, the talent is for naught. So for me, with Kiki Iriafen, I'm looking at, her finishing ability. She's a fantastic finisher. She can play off of the ball. She can set picks. She can dunk, really. So that goes into her finishing ability. So, Juju Watkins, she's not really able to make a lot of the advanced playmaking reads. So she misses Kiki Iriafen on a lot. So Kiki Iriafen have to just get a lot of her points off of putbacks, get a lot of her points in isolation. But if she was playing with like a more dynamic playmaker, she would be able to get found when she's wide open under the basket or even in pick and pop situations. So with Juju Watkins, that's going to be the next step for her. Just limiting those turnovers, because it's not like Juju Watkins didn't try. And in a couple of those first couple of games, she did try to make the advanced reads. But, she's just not that. She's not at that level yet as a playmaker. So that's going to be something to watch in this game. Just see over time how she develops as a playmaker. And, something that she always struggled with was just her shooting consistency. She has, people criticize her a lot because of her field goal percentages and her efficiency. And a lot of that is because, especially last year, she kind of had to bail the team out a lot, and it was like limited spacing and things of that nature, people in her way. This year, it's going to be a lot about settling for jump shots. Is she settling for jump shots? Is she going straight to the hole and, forcing the referees to call the foul? Things of that nature. I'm seeing a lot more willingness to do that this year. So that's a positive sign. But she's still going to have to be able to shoot. Your Juju Watkins, a lot of her game is predicated on, hesitations and getting the defender to rise up. So if you hesitating a lot in the pick and roll, or whether you coming down from the top of the arc and you hesitate, eventually people are going to start sitting on that if you're not able to punish them, because the whole point of hesitation is to be able to pull up and shoot in their face. But if you're missing that shot a lot, they're going to just sit on that and force you to, they're going to play you for the drive. So that's going to be interesting for Juju Watkins. And like I said, Hannah Hidalgo, Juju Watkins. Hannah Hidalgo is looking at Juju Watkins like food right now, because everybody is talking about how Juju Watkins is next up. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, it's been a little, people talking about this as far as the criticism, as far as like Juju Watkins, where's the fanfare? Where's the, what is she doing to actually garner, that attention that she's getting? You know what I mean? Because everybody's saying she's the next Caitlin Clark. She's going to be better than the Caitlin Clark. She's Michael Jordan, so now it's like, okay, show and prove. Where are your fans at? Where are your big games at? Where's those moments? You know what I mean? So games like this is really supposed to solidify that. So if I'm Hannah Hidalgo, I'm looking at that like, you're not going to get your game off. You're not going to do that against me on, my team. I think I'm like that. I'm the next up. I'm the next Caitlin Clark or whoever. I'm just the next great player. You're not going to get that off against my team. So that's going to be interesting, the game within the game, because, Hannah Hidalgo looking at it like, I need that attention. I want that attention. You're not just gonna, I don't care if they propping you up to be the next up or the next Jordan of the women's game or whatever. You're gonna have to go through me. So it's gonna be interesting, the strategy they try to employ to stop Juju, because Neil Ivy said it earlier in the season. She was like, this team, this Notre Dame team, they want to be the disruptors. They want to be that team that, they stop your momentum.
We have a lot of experience. So outside, I would love people to watch our team and say that they are unselfish. They play hard and they work and they compete every day, no matter what. Whoever we're playing, we're coming out, compete 150%. Defensively, I think that we're a team that can really defend. So that's something we're hanging our hat on this year, to be more disruptive. But a team that's going to compete and it's going to be electrifying.
Like, you think you got a coast to the finish line. You think you're about to go all the way to the championship, and they just stop you. They just jump right in front of you and just eat you up. You know what I mean? So Hannah Hidalgo is that type of player. You know what I mean? She lives on that. She thrives on that. So she's coming to snatch that attention. So don't be surprised if she shows out this game. Like, she lives for these big moments. She lives for these big games. And it's going to be interesting to see if Juju can match that and, even exceed that and show why she is being positioned as the next up. So that's all I got for this one, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and tap in. I'm going to be following these storylines. I want to follow Juju more intently. I want to follow Hannah Hidalgo more intently. So if you like that, give me a like, give me a subscribe, share this video, and peace out.